your name is in, you got your name in an indictment. They're tapping your phones. You're working on the Clips' next album in Miami, and people start getting picked up by the feds.
Yeah.
When you heard that, how'd you feel?
When I heard they were looking for me,
Yeah. Well, and they're picking up other people around you.
when they were picking up other people, I was like, I was kind of in denial because I'm like, yeah, they're picking them up, they ain't picking me up. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But when I found out how close it was, for a good hour or two before I got the call that they was at my house in Virginia looking for me, man, my stomach was like all to pieces because I'm still like, well, they ain't catch me with nothing. I'm like, they can't be looking for me. Like, how are they looking for me? And I'm at my house in Miami.
Okay. But they ended up actually picking you up at one point. Well, you turned yourself in.
Yeah. So the day that the guys that were in Miami and they was on their way back to Virginia, and I get the call when they was on their way back to Virginia the next morning, and so for that weekend I ended up calling my cousin. She's a lawyer, but she's not a criminal lawyer of my family. So I called her and she said she got this good lawyer who used to represent like Michael Vick and Allen Iverson and everybody, guy by the name of Woody Woodward. So she ended up calling him for me. I ended up talking to him. So he tell me, listen, don't come back on the airplane, train, bus, or nothing because they're trying to make a movie out of it. Like they're trying to have, put me on this big stage and make me seem like this animal. So he said he got some connections in Miami, and I can go turn myself in to the Miami Federal Building. So that's what I ended up doing.
Did you tell the Clips what's about to happen?
No, but actually they was getting the calls because because you understand, like all us is like family. So they talk to my little cousins and just like I do. So they was getting the call from different family members and everybody telling them what was going on. So they pretty much knew it before I even knew it.
Right, because I remember when I interviewed Pusha T like 7 years ago and we talked about this situation, he said that 9 of his best friends got indicted. You had a situation a while back where I think like your former manager caught like a major case.
Yeah.
How many years did he get?
32.
32 years.
Yeah.
Did that shake you up a little bit? I mean, because that was your homie.
Yeah, more than my homie.
More than your homie.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, of course it shook me up. But I mean, I do this for all of them. Like, it wasn't, and people always say my manager, man. It was 9 of my best friends, not just my manager.
9 of your best friends.
Yeah.
What was the
years?
It
was a conspiracy.
Okay.
So it ranged from 10 to 34 years.
And they got between 10 and 34 years each.
Yeah.
So this was just like a clusterfuck. Like everyone started going down that was around you pretty much.
Yep.
How did the Clips react to this? Like all their friends are now getting busted. He has a federal investigation and he gets sentenced to 32 years for drug trafficking.
Right.
Were you guys investigated as well, or was that simply towards him?
That was towards him.
Okay.
That was towards him.
I mean, but was there a certain amount of fear that went into that? Because you know how the feds do it. They try to drag everyone into it.
Bro, it was an extreme amount of fear. There was, you couldn't help but wonder what the possibilities, who was going to get, dragged down with that or how everything was going to play out. But I sat and I watched, all of our friends, go down in that situation. And, there was a time when I thought, that we would be involved with that.
I end up calling either with Malice or Push. I called one of them, and because I'm still thinking there's a thing of I can call, and you can just go bond them out. So I called one of them, and I'm on the phone. I'm like, "Yo, you heard such and such just got picked up, and they're picking up everybody. They're like, yeah. I'm like, well, we'll go bond them out, and I give the money when I get back. But so at the time with them being in Virginia and me being in Miami, I ain't really know how they really felt. I can only imagine.
Okay, and I guess Pharrell and Pusha T helped pay for your lawyer.
Yeah, Pusha, Pharrell, and a guy named Shay. Shay, who's part of the Nerds. He looked out for me too. He's me and him childhood friends too.